Well, happy Friday, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. I've got your wet and just downright soggy forecast. Tropical storm Bill, the lead waves have arrived. Flash flood warnings out here, just almost area wide here in the green. Certainly all of the counties that we cover here from Southern Indiana weather. But you can see as I zoom out, that flash flood watch really extends all the way back out here, even into Illinois. And so another 1 to 3 inches or more of rain can be expected between now and by the time this all comes to an end on Saturday. We'll talk about the timing here in a second, but of course this is on top of several inches of rain that many of us have already received this week. So flooding could be a real concern with this. As we go ahead and we take a look at what Bill is doing right now, here we are at 8:17 a.m. Eastern Time. There's Bill spinning up sort of into Missouri, the center of it. Oh, we'll call the center of it here, sort of on the Arkansas and Missouri border out here. In fact, if I if I go over here, I can probably go ahead and put the lines on here for you. And there we go. There is the center of it right there. Let me stop it. There's Tropical Storm Bill right there, and it's going to sort of take away and go through us pretty quickly. Bring some heavy rain with it as it comes through. Temperature-wise, we'll be confined pretty well to the low 80s today. We're looking at low 70s around the area right now. In fact, as you start your morning off right now, not a whole lot of shower activity here along the Ohio River. It's mainly up to the north, but that will change pretty rapidly as we head through the afternoon hours. We're sponsored today by Welps Farm and Greenhouse. You can visit them on the web at welpsfarmandgreenhouse.com for all of your lawn and garden needs. Give them a call at 326-2709, and be sure to tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. welpsfarmandgreenhouse.com. All right, let's go ahead and time this out on future radar. I'm going to give you a couple of different future radar views. Now, I will say this is a lot better than what I was showing in my blog post yesterday. The timing of Bill has sped up a little bit. And of course, we're thrilled about that because there's a lot of Saturday activities going on. I know if you're in southern here around the Du Bois County area, Ferdinand's 175th celebration is going on. It looks like a very soggy evening tonight for it, but Saturday looks more improved, especially as you head later in the day. So that'll be a good thing. I was suspecting yesterday that Saturday might be an all-day washout, and of course that's what the models were showing yesterday morning. By yesterday evening, though, they were speeding up Bill a little bit, and it doesn't look like it might be. It looks like it might not be an all-day washout for us on Saturday. It looks like it will be a washout overnight for us, and looks pretty wet tonight, too. Let me show you that on future radar just to give you an idea of what to expect. Well, there's pretty much where Bill is right now out to our west. You can see it sort of spinning up. By this afternoon hours, though, we've got some heavy rain moving in, and here we go by about 9 o'clock tonight, and you can see the deluge coming our way. And that deluge really continues during the overnight hours, but notice by the time we get to 7 on Saturday morning, we start to see this pulling away just a little bit. So if the high-res NAM is to be trusted, it looks like we will go to more of a scattered type of shower and storm event. I don't think that means that Saturday's completely clear of anything. I would certainly take the umbrella with you, but this is a lot better than an all-day soaking rain. We'll take it, and then after that, we've got more scattered showers and storms coming our way, even on to Sunday. So, but Sunday looks doesn't look terrible at this point. We'll go with maybe a 40% chance. I'm going to show you one other future radar view, just to give you an idea of where we are at here. There's Bill spinning again, and you can see really just round after round of heavy rain for us as we go through later in the afternoon hours and the evenings. And then as you get into the overnight hours, the heavy rain starts to pull away a little bit. And then watch this. By the time you get into tomorrow morning, this one's even faster and speeds it out and really just it develops a little popcorn storm or two over us on the day on Saturday. So that's something we'll keep an eye out on. We'll just kind of have to track it today and watch it as sort of Bill moves in, get an idea on the movement. I won't say that Saturday is out of the woods for any rain yet by any means, but it's looking more and more likely that today and overnight tonight will be the big heavy rain events with this tropical storm. Now, as far as what can we expect rain total wise? Well, totals again do vary depending on the model. High resolution NAM you can see is very spotty. Gives Bloomington hammered a 5.5 inches, 3.5 down at the Huntingburg Airport, and only 7/10 at the Evansville Airport. So again, the high res NAM it's well, we'll just take it with a grain of salt, but you can see some significant totals on this could fall across the area. But on just sort of some of the other models here, the regular NAM gives you a good 2 to 3 inch swath right along the Ohio River. But notice everybody's measured in inches here. You're looking at a good 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts here. And if you go ahead and take a look at what the Euro says as well, that's what you pretty much got to, 1 to 2 inches with some locally higher amounts. And so, again, for that reason, a flash flood watch is in effect really for most of the area. 1 to 3 inches of rain expected with this, and then locally higher amounts will be possible. And of course, this is on top of the rains that we have already seen. So, grounds are already saturated and flooded, and creeks are already starting to rise up a little bit in some places. So just use that caution if you are out and about, especially later this evening. Heavy rain is a very strong likelihood, and if you've got to drive in it, of course, that could cause for some big issues if you're driving overnight and roads end up coming up quickly and flooding. So keep that in mind. Turn around, don't drown. Now, as far as temperatures, enjoy the next couple of days because we're going to be in the low to mid 80s. I think tomorrow we may actually have a chance of going a little bit higher than what I have been forecasting because of the rain moving out of there a little bit more quickly. But either way, by the time Sunday comes, and we're going to be in the 90s for a little while, and there are some hints from some of the other models that this actually Wednesday and Thursday goes into more of the mid 90s. GFS ensembles aren't exactly there yet, but you can see we're going to stick around warm for a good little while before we get another little reprieve. But of course, our reprieves this time of the year are low 80s, so it's very rare that we'll get anything stuck in the 70s. You have to have an absolutely all-day soaking rain in order to do that, and so going to be in the 90s for a while the way things look. All right, go ahead and quickly take a look at your 10-day forecast. 81 for your high today with heavy rainfall possible. Certainly likely that we see the heavy rainfall overnight, but it should be starting to become more of a scattered kind of nature on Saturday. Heavy rain still possible, but again, it just depends on how fast it moves out. Even if this storm slows down a little bit, at the rate that it has sped up and moved in, I still think most of the afternoon will be okay. It may be more of the morning that's in question, but of course, we'll bring you the latest updates as that comes through. But then the 90s return after that. Storm chances really stay, though, with forecast until next Wednesday and Thursday, though, when the mid-90s potentially make their way as a heat ridge starts to build in. And we'll talk about that more in another video later down the line. Too much going on right now with the rainfall and tropical storm Bill to deal with right now, but it looks like it could get pretty hot next week before we start to cool down into the mid-80s again. But plenty of rain in the forecast coming up. That's the bottom line, so just use some common sense, folks. Grounds are already saturated. Flash flooding is likely for some areas. In fact, as we just go back out here to our radar, you can see already some flash flood warnings starting to pop up out here in Illinois. Don't be surprised if we see some of those flash flood warnings popping up for us as we go throughout the day. Bottom line, Tropical Storm Bill is coming, and he's going to pack a punch with him. So just keep it tuned here to Southern Indiana weather, and we'll get through this together. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks, and we'll see you next time.